The bread basket slipped from Erica's hands, scattering rolls across the dirty pavement. A sleek black Mercedes had nearly run her over, its tires screeching inches from her feet. Her heart hammered as the driver's door opened. "Are you insane?" Erica shouted, her voice shaking with adrenaline and fury. "You could have killed me." You are welcome to Gilded Heart Stories. This is the story of how a boy born into wealth fell in love with a poor girl who sells bread on the street, irrespective of class, background, and status. Stay with me because what happens will interest you. Could you please hit the subscribe button, comment, like, share your thoughts with us, and tell us where you are watching from. A man stepped out, tall and impeccably dressed in a charcoal suit that probably cost more than her entire year's rent. He looked at the scattered bread, then at her trembling hands, and something shifted in his expression. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "Let me pay for the bread." "I don't need your charity," Erica snapped, kneeling to gather the dusty rolls. Some were ruined, crushed under the weight of his expensive car. That was half her inventory for the day, gone. She blinked back angry tears. "It's not charity. It's responsibility." The man crouched beside her, his polished shoes getting dirty. "I'm James." "I don't care who you are," Erica muttered, snatching a roll before he could touch it. But when their eyes met, something made her pause. He wasn't looking at her with pity. It was something else. Curiosity, maybe. "How much for all of it?" James asked. "What?" "All your bread. Everything in your basket." "How much?" Erica calculated quickly. 2,000 naira. Without hesitation, James pulled out his wallet and handed her 5 crisp 1,000 naira notes. "Keep the change. And I'd like to talk to you about something. Something that could help you." Erica stared at the money in her hand. 5,000 naira. That was 3 days of selling, maybe 4. Her mother needed medicine. The university bursar had threatened to kick her out if she didn't pay her fees by next week. But every instinct told her to walk away from this stranger. "I don't do that kind of help," she said coldly, shoving the money back at him. James looked genuinely surprised. No, nothing like that. I'm talking about a job. A temporary arrangement. 2 months. You'd be paid weekly, given a place to stay, everything you need." "What kind of job?" Erica asked, suspicion dripping from every word. "Be my girlfriend." Erica laughed, harsh and bitter. "You think I'm stupid? I know what men like you want." "Just pretend," James said quickly. "My father is pressuring me to get married. He won't stop until he thinks I'm in a serious relationship. I need someone to play the part in front of him. That's all. You'd have your own room, your own space. We'd only need to be together when he's around." Erica studied his face. He seemed sincere, but rich men always did until they got what they wanted. "Why me?" "Because you're real," James said simply. "Everyone in my world is fake. You're genuine. My father will believe you." Erica thought of her mother's labored breathing that morning, the way she'd tried to hide how much pain she was in. She thought of the tuition bill that would end her dreams of graduating. She thought of the tiny room they shared, where the roof leaked when it rained. "How much?" she asked. 50,000 naira per week. Plus a furnished apartment. Plus a new wardrobe so you look the part. Erica's knees almost buckled. 50,000 a week. In 2 months, that would be 400,000 naira. She could pay her school fees, buy her mother's medicine for 6 months, maybe even fix the roof. 2 months, she said firmly. "And we have rules. You don't touch me. You don't try anything. This is business." James extended his hand. "Deal." Erica shook it, wondering if she was making the biggest mistake of her life. 3 days later, Erica stood in front of a mirror in a boutique that smelled like expensive perfume and new leather. The dress James had chosen for her was simple but elegant, a deep blue that made her dark skin glow. She barely recognized herself. "You look beautiful," James said from behind her. Erica turned, uncomfortable with the compliment. "I look like I'm pretending to be someone I'm not." "You're not pretending to be anyone. You're just showing a different side of yourself." James adjusted his tie. "My father expects us for dinner tonight. Remember the story. We met at a business conference 3 months ago. You're studying business administration. Your family is respectable but private. You mean you're ashamed of the truth, Erica said quietly. James met her eyes in the mirror. I'm protecting you. If my father knew where you really came from, he'd dismiss you immediately. This way, you have a chance. A chance at what? I'm leaving in 2 months anyway. A chance to show him who you really are, James said. Smart. Strong. Worthy of respect. The Cooper mansion made Erica's stomach twist with anxiety. It was massive, with tall gates and manicured gardens that probably required a team of workers. She thought of her mother in their tiny room and felt like a traitor. Relax, James whispered as they walked to the door. Just be yourself. Well, the business student version of yourself. Tom Cooper was waiting in a dining room that could fit 20 people. He was a large man with silver hair and sharp eyes that seemed to see right through Erica's expensive dress. So you're the young lady who's captured my son's attention, Tom said, his voice deep and assessing. Yes, sir. My name is Erica. She extended her hand, and Tom shook it firmly. James tells me you're studying business. Where? Erica named her university, watching Tom's eyebrows rise slightly. It wasn't the most prestigious school, but it was respectable. And your family? My mother raised me, Erica said carefully, sticking to truths that fit the lie. She taught me the value of hard work and education. Tom nodded slowly. Sit. Let's eat. Dinner was an interrogation disguised as conversation. Tom asked about her views on business, on family, on responsibility. Erica answered honestly, drawing on everything she'd learned in her classes and from watching the world around her. She talked about market dynamics, about the importance of understanding customers at every economic level, about sustainable growth. Tom listened, occasionally glancing at James with an expression Erica couldn't read. You have an interesting perspective, Tom said finally, setting down his wine glass. Most young people today only think about quick profits. You understand the long game. Erica felt a small surge of pride despite herself. My mother always said that anything worth having is worth working for, sir. Smart woman. Tom smiled for the first time that evening. James, you've done well. This one has substance. As they were leaving, a young woman burst through the front door, designer bags hanging from her arms. She stopped short when she saw Erica and James together. Tasha, James said with a hint of tension in his voice. This is Erica. Erica, my sister Tasha. Tasha's eyes traveled up and down Erica's body, calculating and cold. How lovely, she said with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Where did you two meet again? Business conference, Erica said smoothly. 3 months ago. Funny. James hates those conferences. He usually sends his assistant. Tasha moved closer, her perfume overwhelming. What kind of business are you in, Erica? I'm still a student. Business administration. A student. Tasha's smile widened. How charming. Well, welcome to the family. I'm sure we'll be seeing much more of each other. There was a threat hidden in those words, and Erica felt it like ice down her spine. In the car, James was quiet. Tasha suspects something, Erica said. Tasha suspects everything. She's always been jealous of anything I have. James glanced at her. You were perfect tonight. My father liked you. I didn't lie, Erica said defensively. Everything I said was true. I know. That's why it worked. James pulled up to the apartment building where he'd set her up. Get some rest. I'll pick you up tomorrow. We're having lunch with my father at his office. Erica nodded and got out, but before she closed the door, James called her name. Thank you for doing this. I know it's not easy. That night, Erica called her mother from her new apartment. The space still felt foreign, too clean, too quiet, too empty of the sounds of neighbors and street vendors that had always been her lullaby. Mama, I got a new job, she said carefully. I'm working as a personal assistant for a businessman. The pay is good. Really good. Her mother's weak voice came through the phone. As long as it's honest work, my daughter. Don't compromise yourself for money. Erica closed her eyes against the guilt. Was this honest? She was lying to everyone, pretending to be someone she wasn't. But her mother would get her medicine. Erica would finish school. That had to count for something. 2 weeks passed in a strange rhythm. Erica attended her university classes in the morning, then transformed into James's girlfriend for afternoon meetings with Tom or evening dinners with business associates. She was learning to navigate two worlds, and the constant switching exhausted her. On a Thursday afternoon, Erica was walking across campus in her regular clothes, worn jeans and a faded t-shirt, her textbooks heavy in her arms. She was laughing with her friend Rachel about their economics professor when someone called her name. Erica. She turned to see Tasha standing near the parking lot, phone in hand, a triumphant smile on her face. Erica's blood ran cold. I thought that was you, Tasha said, walking closer. Students began to slow down, sensing drama. You look so different without all those expensive clothes my brother bought you. Rachel grabbed Erica's arm. Who is that? Oh, she didn't tell you? Tasha's voice carried across the courtyard. Erica here is dating my brother. Or should I say, pretending to date him. Tell me, how much is he paying you to play dress up? Whispers erupted around them. Erica felt her face burn with humiliation, but she forced herself to stand tall. What do you want, Tasha? I want you to stop lying to my father, Tasha snapped. You're nothing but a poor girl playing at being something you're not. I know all about you now. The bread selling. The tiny apartment. Your sick mother. You're using my brother. I'm not using anyone, Erica said, her voice steady despite the shame churning in her stomach. James and I have an arrangement, yes. But I've never pretended to be anything other than what I am. Really? So my father knows you hawk bread on the streets. Tasha pulled out her phone. I have pictures. Want me to show everyone? The crowd of students pressed closer, phones out, recording everything. Erica saw her reputation crumbling, saw the future she'd worked so hard for slipping away. But then she remembered her mother's words. Don't compromise yourself. Show them, Erica said loudly, clearly. Yes, I sold bread. Yes, I'm poor. Yes, I work hard to survive and put myself through school. Is that supposed to shame me? Tasha blinked, clearly not expecting that response. You think poverty is something to mock? Erica continued, her voice growing stronger. You, who've never worked a day in your life. Who spends money you didn't earn on things you don't need? I've seen the tabloid photos, Tasha. The parties. The scandals. The DUI arrest your father paid to bury. You want to talk about honesty? At least I earn everything I have. The crowd murmured, phones still recording, but the energy had shifted. Students who knew Erica, who'd studied with her, who'd seen her dedication, began nodding. You have no idea what real work is, Erica said, stepping closer to Tasha. No idea what it means to sacrifice. I'm not ashamed of where I come from, but you should be ashamed of who you are. Tasha's face turned red with fury and humiliation. My father will hear about this. Everything. And when he does, you'll be thrown out like the trash you are. Then tell him, Erica said quietly. I'm tired of hiding anyway. Tasha stormed off, and the crowd slowly dispersed, but Erica could feel the stares, hear the whispers. Rachel hugged her tightly. Girl, that was incredible, Rachel whispered. But are you going to be okay? Erica wasn't sure. She pulled out her phone and texted James with shaking hands. Tasha knows everything. She's going to tell your father. I'm sorry. James called her within seconds. Where are you? Campus. James, I'm so sorry. I tried to handle it, but she was recording and everyone saw, and I just couldn't lie anymore. Stay there. I'm coming to get you. 20 minutes later, James pulled up in his Mercedes. Erica climbed in, still trembling from the adrenaline. He didn't say anything, just drove. They ended up at a quiet park overlooking the city. I ruined everything, Erica said, staring at her hands. Your father is going to find out, and you won't get what you needed from this arrangement. Erica, look at me. James turned in his seat. What you did today, standing up to Tasha like that took real courage. I've been scared of her my whole life, and you faced her down in front of everyone. But your father. My father is probably hearing about it right now, James said. Tasha's likely at his office, showing him every video and photo she took. So we need to decide something. Do we keep lying, or do we tell him the truth? Erica looked at him, really looked at him, and saw something she hadn't noticed before. James wasn't angry. He looked almost relieved. You want to tell him the truth. I'm tired of pretending too, James admitted. Not about you. About everything. My father wants me to be someone I'm not. Run the business his way. Marry someone he approves of. Live the life he planned. Maybe it's time I stopped letting him control everything. James, this is your family. Your inheritance. Don't throw it away because of me. James reached over and took her hand. The gesture surprised both of them. Maybe you're worth it. Before Erica could respond, his phone rang. Tom Cooper's name flashed on the screen. James answered and put it on speaker. Get to my office. Now. Both of you. Tom's voice was ice. The line went dead. They drove to Cooper Industries in silence. Erica's heart pounded so hard she thought it might burst through her chest. The security guards looked at them with knowing expressions as they passed. Everyone had already heard. Tom's office was on the top floor, all glass and steel and power. Tasha was already there, sitting in a leather chair with a satisfied smirk on her face. Tom stood by the window, his back to them. Father, James began, but Tom held up a hand. Is it true? Tom turned around, his face carved from stone. Everything Tasha told me. The arrangement. The lies. Is it true? Erica stepped forward before James could answer. Yes, sir. It's true. James hired me to pretend to be his girlfriend. I'm not from a respectable family. My mother and I live in a single room. I sold bread on the streets to pay for school and her medicine. Everything we told you about how we met was a lie. Tom's jaw clenched. And you? He looked at James. You brought this deception into my home. Made me believe, made me hope that you'd finally found someone worthy. She is worthy, James said firmly. More worthy than half the people in our social circle. She works harder than anyone I know. She's smart, she's honest, and she has more integrity in her little finger than most people have in their entire body. She's a fraud, Tasha interjected. A gold digger playing dress up. She's a survivor, James shot back. Something you wouldn't understand because you've never had to survive anything harder than choosing which car to drive. Enough. Tom's voice boomed through the office. James, you will end this immediately. Pay her whatever you owe her and send her back to wherever she came from. This family has a reputation to maintain. No. James's voice was quiet but absolute. Tom stared at his son. What did you say? I said no. I won't end it. Because somewhere in the last few weeks, this stopped being fake for me. James moved to stand beside Erica. I'm in love with her. The office fell silent. Erica's breath caught in her throat. She turned to look at James, searching his face for signs of another performance, but what she saw there made her knees weak. He meant it. You're choosing her over your family? Tom asked, his voice dangerously quiet. Over your future? Over everything I've built for you. I'm choosing what's right, James said. I'm choosing someone who sees me as a person, not as a bank account or a business asset. I'm choosing love over convenience. And yes, I'm choosing her. Tom's face turned red. Then you're no longer welcome in this company or this family. Get out. Both of you. Erica grabbed James's arm. Don't do this. Please. Don't throw away your life for me. James looked down at her, and for the first time since this arrangement started, he touched her face gently. You're not taking anything from me. You're giving me something I never had. Freedom. They left the office together, Tasha's triumphant laughter following them out. In the elevator, Erica finally let the tears fall. I'm sorry, she whispered. I'm so sorry. Don't be. James wiped her tears with his thumb. I should have done this months ago. That night, Erica went back to her old apartment to check on her mother. The contrast between the furnished apartment James had given her and this tiny, leaking room was stark. Her mother was sleeping, her breathing raspy and labored. Erica sat beside her bed, holding her thin hand. Mama, I made such a mess of things. Her mother's eyes fluttered open. Tell me what happened, child. So Erica told her everything. The arrangement. The lies. James's confession. Being cast out from the Cooper family. When she finished, her mother was quiet for a long moment. "Do you love him?" her mother asked finally. Erica hadn't let herself think about it. But sitting there in the dim light, remembering the way James had stood up to his father, the way he defended her, the way he'd looked at her when he said he loved her, she knew the answer. "Yes, Mama. I think I do." "Then that's all that matters." Her mother squeezed her hand weakly. "Love doesn't care about money or status. It just is. Don't be afraid of it." But the next morning, everything changed. Erica's phone rang at 6 a.m. It was a number she didn't recognize. "Is this Erica?" a woman's voice asked urgently. "I'm calling from Mercy Hospital. Your mother was brought in an hour ago. She collapsed. You need to come immediately." Erica's world tilted. She threw on clothes and ran, not even thinking to call for a taxi. She ran the whole 3 miles to the hospital, her lungs burning, tears streaming down her face. Her mother was in the emergency room. A doctor pulled Erica aside, his face grave. "Your mother needs emergency surgery. Her heart is failing. Without the operation, she has maybe 48 hours. With it, she has a fighting chance." "Do it," Erica said immediately. "Whatever it costs, do it." The doctor hesitated. "The surgery costs 800,000 naira, plus hospital stay and medications. We're looking at over 1 million naira total. Do you have insurance?" Erica felt the floor drop out from under her. 1 million naira. She had maybe 50,000 saved. The arrangement with James was over. She had nothing. "Please," she begged. "Please save her. I'll find the money. I'll work. I'll do anything." The doctor's expression softened with pity. "I'm sorry. We can't proceed without a deposit of at least half the amount. Hospital policy." Erica stumbled out of his office, her mind spinning. 500,000 naira. Where would she get 500,000 naira? She pulled out her phone with shaking hands and did the only thing she could think of. She called James. "Erica? What's wrong?" "My mother." Her voice broke. "She needs surgery. Emergency heart surgery. James, I don't know what to do. I don't have the money, and they won't help her without it, and I can't lose her, I can't." "Which hospital?" James's voice was steady, calm, cutting through her panic. "Mercy Hospital." "But James, it's 1 million naira. I can't ask you for that. You already lost everything because of me." "I didn't lose everything. I lost things that don't matter." She heard car keys jingling. "I'm coming. Don't worry. Your mother will have her surgery." "James." "Erica, let me do this. Please." He arrived 30 minutes later, still in the clothes he'd worn the day before, looking like he hadn't slept. Without a word, he went straight to the hospital administrator's office. 15 minutes later, the doctor was prepping Erica's mother for surgery. Erica collapsed into James's arms in the waiting room, sobbing. "Thank you. Thank you. I'll pay you back. Every naira. I swear I will." "I don't want you to pay me back," James said, holding her close. "I want you to stop thinking of me as a transaction. I'm not helping you because of our arrangement. I'm helping you because I care about you. Because seeing you in pain hurts me too." They sat together through the 6-hour surgery. James bought them coffee and sandwiches that Erica couldn't eat. He held her hand. He didn't try to fill the silence with empty reassurances. He was just there. When the doctor finally emerged, Erica jumped to her feet. "How is she?" "The surgery went well. She's stable. She'll need to stay here for 2 weeks, maybe 3, but she should make a full recovery." The doctor smiled. "Your mother is a fighter." Erica broke down again, this time with relief. James held her while she cried, and when she finally pulled away, she looked at him with everything she'd been trying to hide. "I love you," she whispered. "I didn't want to. I tried not to, but I do." James cupped her face in his hands. "Say it again." "I love you, James." He kissed her then, gentle and sure, and Erica felt something inside her finally settle into place. This was real. This was right. 3 weeks later, Erica was visiting her mother in the hospital when a nurse told her someone was looking for her. She walked to the waiting area and stopped short. Tom Cooper stood there, looking older and somehow smaller than she remembered. "Mr. Cooper," Erica said cautiously. "I don't think we have anything to discuss." "Please," Tom said, his voice lacking its usual command. 5 minutes. That's all I ask." They sat in uncomfortable plastic chairs. Tom was quiet for a long moment, staring at his hands. "I've spent the last 3 weeks thinking," he finally said. "About what happened. About what James said. About you." He looked up at her. "I was wrong. About everything." Erica said nothing, waiting. "My business almost collapsed last week," Tom continued. "A contract dispute with our biggest client. My lawyers couldn't figure it out. James suggested, he insisted really, that you look at it. Said you were studying business, that you had a sharp mind. James said that. He's been saying a lot of things about you, defending you to everyone who'll listen. So I was desperate enough to try anything. I had the contracts sent to him to give to you." Erica remembered. James had brought her a stack of papers a week ago, asked if she'd look them over as a favor. She'd spent hours analyzing the documents, found a critical error in the termination clause that invalidated the other party's claim. She'd written up her analysis and sent it back to James, not knowing it was for his father. "Your solution saved my company," Tom said quietly. "Cost us some money to settle, but nothing like what we would have lost. My lawyers, people with decades of experience and fancy degrees, they all missed what you caught." "I just applied what I learned in my contract law class," Erica said. "You did more than that. You thought like someone who understands how business really works. Not the theory in books, but the reality." Tom leaned forward. "I judged you based on where you came from. I assumed that poverty meant ignorance. I was wrong." "Yes, you were," Erica said simply. Tom nodded, accepting the rebuke. "James loves you. I've never seen him fight for anything the way he fought for you. And you love him. I see it in the way you look at him, the way you pushed him away to protect his future even when it hurts you." "What are you saying, Mr. Cooper?" "I'm saying I was wrong about what makes someone worthy. It's not money or status or family name. It's character, integrity, courage. You have all of those in abundance." Tom stood up. "I'd like to make this right. If you'll let me. If you'll both give me another chance." Before Erica could respond, James appeared in the waiting room. He stopped when he saw his father, his body tensing. "Dad, what are you doing here?" "Apologizing," Tom said. "To both of you. And asking if you'll come to dinner. Tomorrow night. The whole family. I want to do this properly." James looked at Erica. She gave him a small nod. "We'll be there," James said carefully. The next evening, Erica stood in front of the mirror again, wearing another beautiful dress. But this time, she didn't feel like she was pretending. She felt like herself. The dinner was awkward at first. Tasha barely spoke, her earlier triumph turned to ash. But Tom made a point of introducing Erica properly this time. "Everyone, this is Erica. She's brilliant, hardworking, and she makes my son happy. She's going to be part of this family, and I expect everyone to treat her with the respect she deserves." It wasn't perfect. Tasha would need time to come around. Some of Tom's business associates would whisper. But it was a start. 6 months later, Erica walked across the stage to receive her university degree. Her mother sat in the front row, healthy and beaming with pride. James was beside her, cheering louder than anyone. That evening, in the Cooper Mansion's garden, James got down on one knee. "Erica, you came into my life when I was pretending to be someone I wasn't. You showed me what real love looks like, what real courage looks like. Will you marry me?" Erica pulled him to his feet and kissed him. Yes, 1,000 times yes. The wedding 3 months later was beautiful. Erica's mother cried happy tears. Tom walked Erica down the aisle, a gesture that meant more than any apology. Even Tasha smiled, genuinely this time. As Erica and James exchanged vows, she thought about how far she'd come. From selling bread on the streets to standing here in this moment. She'd never forgotten where she came from, and she never would. That struggle, that pain, it had shaped her into someone strong enough to stand beside James as an equal. Love had found her when she wasn't looking for it. It had challenged her, changed her, and ultimately freed her to be exactly who she was meant to be. If this story touched your heart, please hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below telling us what you thought. What would you have done in Erica's situation? And don't forget to like this video to help others find this story. Thank you for watching, and remember, your circumstances don't define your worth. Your character does.